Hey all, Michael here. Happy New Year. It's gonna be 2026 in just a few days. 2026? More like 2026? Humor. It's gotten pretty bad in the past few years. I think we can all agree with that. Most recent trends like 6'7", the 41, low taper fade, they're not very funny, you know? I mean, like, humor is something that's supposed to be funny. Humor. It's defined, according to Merriam-Webster's, as anything in the condition of being amusing. Jokes can take on multiple forms, such as puns, slapstick, but the most common being the classic setup and punchline joke. Now, a joke with setup and punchline will start with the setup and end with the punchline. And so, in a joke, why did the math textbook go to the therapist? Because it had too many problems. The punchline would be problems, because a therapist deals with problems emotionally, and the math book contains math equations, which are also known as problems. And obviously the setup would be, why did the math book go to the therapist? Now this is meant to be funny because it makes use of wordplay, which when a word such as problems has two separate meanings, then when it's used in a way that subverts your expectations, it becomes humorous. Now, the issue with modern humor arises from the fact that it doesn't use any mental capacity. It's not clever in the slightest. While nowadays jokes are more one-word references, and they mostly rely on the fact that it's a reference being said somewhere that you usually wouldn't expect it. Like with our joke that we start off with, such as 6'7", it's usually not funny when you're in a group of people who are exchanging jokes with each other, but once you say it in a classroom, or a teacher says it, or a rabbi at a synagogue, or a pastor at a church says it, it becomes funny, because it's not in a place you would expect it to be. Now, I really hesitate to call these even jokes, because just simply calling them jokes is offensive to any comedian who has ever walked this earth, because these absolute disgusting, repulsive jokes, they're nothing. They're an insult to comedy across the world. These jokes are only funny for the same reason that toilet humor is funny, because it's being said in a place that you wouldn't expect it to be, and it's just not funny when it's taken in a normal circumstance where you would expect a joke to be. Go to a comedy club, going 6'7", low taper fade isn't going to be funny. But then again, there's the fact that hasn't this always existed? Some sort of just exertion or reference that is said and is funny? It's nothing new. But of course, this just seems insignificant, doesn't it? Because the joke you say casually to your friend, well, if it makes them laugh, it makes them laugh. It doesn't have to be on par with a professional comedian. But the problem is when those kinds of jokes seeps into modern culture in a place where high-quality jokes are expected, such as television. I want you to turn your TV on and find a modern comedy, most of which are the adult sitcom variety. That's what most comedy is nowadays. And most of the jokes in those shows are reference humor. I mean, the audience has to know what the show is referencing in order for it to be funny. But the thing is, these writers are some of the highest paid in the whole industry. Now, most likely the writers can make a proper joke, but they're writing these dumb jokes just for the audience's sake because they know that there's a lot of brain-dead, idiotic, moronic goons in the audience watching who won't get a proper joke. But this leaves anyone with a single brain cell in the audience starved for some decent humor. But I won't continue to bash these modern comedies because there is one thing they do well. They do an amazing job at simulating what it feels like to be lobotomized. But like I said previously, if people are laughing, they're laughing. I mean, who am I to dictate what's funny or not? I mean, really, it's not up to me. But there's some people who take this way too seriously. I mean, teachers are getting every student who even dares to utter the number 67 in a whole lot of trouble. Hell, even I've gotten in trouble for telling my friend to say it, and I didn't even say it myself. So while I do think we should all at least try to make better jokes that are somewhat clever, I really don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, just say whatever you want. I mean, as long as it's not anything bad that'll get you in trouble, it doesn't matter, really. Because as much as we like to bash the younger generation for finding things like Skibbity Toilet, 6'7", funny, We all went through it. Whether you're from Gen Z, you found Minecraft MLG Hardcore Airplane was funny. Or if you're a millennial with your Rage comics and Dancing Baby Cha-Cha. Now we have records dating back to World War II where American troops would draw a little cartoon drawing of this little man poking behind a wall, saying Kilroy was here. Now this could be considered an early example of an exertion joke, where it's only funny because it's some place you wouldn't expect it to be. I mean, really, I bet Scooby Toilet isn't even that bad if you really watch it. I mean, come on, let's give it a watch.
My style is ridiculous.
Forget everything I said. All humor is awful now.